Yes, good morning, students. So, today, next application of the same system. See here, if you take a two charged spheres are suspended by a non-conducting wire. The two charged spheres are suspended by means of a non-conducting string. If these two are having same charge, Q and Q, like charges like plus Q and plus Q, and the masses of them are same, let it be M and M. Now, with respect to the vertical, if they are making an angle theta, if the system is placed in a liquid, like this, of dielectric constants K, if the system is suspended in a liquid of dielectric constant K, then what is the relation between the forces? What they are going to give. So that means here when they are in air, the force is F equal to, we already did, okay, force we need to calculate the ratio between force in medium to force in air. That ratio we need to calculate now. So to calculate it, what we are doing, see here. Here positive charge is there, here also positive charge. See, this is the tension. Suppose if liquid is not there in air, I am speaking. In air means only air I am taking. In only air. So what will happen? Here if this is theta, then what is this? This is T cos theta and this is mg. Correct? So here also T cos theta. This is mg. This is making an angle theta here, and this way, what is this? T sin theta. Even this way also for this, T sin theta. And from here to here it is x1, and from here to here also it is x2, suppose. So total separation between them is equal to x1 plus x2. We already did in the last problem. Okay. So total separation between them, x is equal to x1 plus x2, and you know that what is x1? If this is L is the length of the string, then what about this part? L sin theta. Okay, this is L sin theta, and even this is also L sin theta. So total distance x equal to L plus L 2L sin theta. X equal to 2L sin theta. In case of air I am speaking. I am not considering now in liquid. Okay. In case of air if you speak, T cos theta is equal to mg only. Okay. And T sin theta is electrostatic force in air. Okay. So T sin theta is equal to electrostatic force. T cos theta is equal to mg. Okay. Now if you divide these two, you will get T cancel. Will the tan theta is equal to F by mg. What is F? F is electrostatic force in air. Okay na? F air by mg. Okay. So from this F air is equal to mg tan theta. Correct na? What is m? M is the mass of the sphere. Mass of the sphere. Okay. Suppose if they have given the density of the sphere is rho. Okay. Density of sphere is rho. Density of sphere is rho. And volume of sphere is V. Then G is acceleration due to gravity. So what I can calculate? F air is equal to mg tan theta means, what is m? M mass is nothing but volume into density. Okay, so can we write that? Now mass is equal to volume density G tan theta. Just leave this equation number 1, that is in air. Okay. Now I am going to calculate in medium. Force, what is that? For the system in medium I need to calculate. So the force in medium is equal to, force in medium I need to calculate. For that, see here. Now if it is in liquid, if that is suspended in a liquid, then what will happen? Upward force is T cos theta and downward force is mg, that is in air, not in liquid. So if it is in liquid, then what will happen? See this liquid, if it is suspended, some buoyant force will also exert on the sphere in upward direction. Right? Some buoyant force will act in upward direction. So that buoyant force which is acting in upward direction will be in the direction of T cos theta only. Correct? So that means what? You can say T cos theta is equal, T cos theta plus buoyant force is equal to weight of this mg. Okay na? Correct or not? For equilibrium condition. So T cos theta is equal to what? mg minus fb. So mg minus what is buoyant force? Volume inside and density of liquid into Z. Correct? Volume inside means the sphere is completely immersed in the liquid. So volume inside the liquid and volume of the sphere both are same. Correct? So since it is completely immersed. Now, okay. So you can write this mg also. What is this mg? Volume of the sphere into density of the sphere into G. Okay, V rho G. Already you found V rho. Always. Okay, minus buoyant force. What is buoyant force? Volume inside into density of liquid into G. So you just take the density of the liquid is sigma. Okay, take the density of the liquid is sigma. Sigma is the density of liquid. Now V sigma G, that is buoyant force. Correct? So what you can make common? Vg you can make common rho minus sigma, that is T cos theta. What about T sin theta? Electrostatic force. But what is that force? In medium, correct? So balancing in T sin theta is equal to force in medium. Correct? Force between these two charges in the medium, liquid medium. Right? Understood? Now, this is 2 and this is... so, we have planned for that? No? I didn't get it. FV force there. Here only, FV will act in upward direction. T cos theta is acting in upward direction. Even liquid also is exerting buoyant force in upward direction, that is FV. Okay, so weight alone acting in downward direction. Okay, na? Now, see here, 2 by 1 you do. What will you get? T sin theta by T cos theta is equal to F medium by Vg into rho minus sigma. Okay, T cancel. What is that? Already 1 is given, na? This is given 2, 3. Okay, now you see this. Tan sin theta by cos theta how much? Tan theta, na? So tan theta is equal to F medium by Vg into rho minus. Okay. So what is tan theta you got from first one? F air by V rho G. Correct? F by mg. So F by F in air by V rho Z. Okay, na? V rho G is equal to F in medium by Vg into rho minus sigma. What you can make common? Vg cancel. I want force in medium by force in air. Medium by force in air. That is equal to what? This will go to interchanging. Sorry. This will come here. This rho minus sigma by sigma rho. Okay. So this is the formula. or force between medium to air. Understood? So you know that one more formula in electrostatic force. What is a medium to a fair relation in terms of dielectric constant K? Since this liquid is having dielectric constant also, so you can write in that form also. What is the formula for force in medium? Is equal to force in air by Kr. Correct? So from that, force in medium by force in air is equal to 1 by K. Okay, so that means what you can say. Even this is 1 by K also. Or K equal to what? Rho by rho minus sigma. This is what dielectric constant of the liquid. If at all you wanted to calculate dielectric constant, you can use this formula. If at all you wanted to calculate the force between the two charges, force between them in medium to liquid, you can use this formula. Okay, na? Clear? Yes. Copy. Yes. Next one, principle of superposition. See here, if you take a charge Q is placed in air or vacuum, so surrounding this charge, one more charge Q1 is placed at a separation of R1. Then this charge will exert some force on this charge. If both are positive charges, this charge will exert this charge in this direction. The force will be F1 along the line joining the charges. Okay, right. If this is a positive charge, this will be pushed out. If that is a negative charge, it will be pulled towards. Okay, now that is the direction you have to show. Okay, right. See here, if I have taken another charge Q2, which is at a separation R2, then what is the direction of this force? Will be along the line joining them. Direction is F2 bar. This is F1 bar and F2 bar, right? Next, similarly, if I take another charge, which is at a separation R3, is minus Q3. Suppose it is Q3. Magnitude is Q3, but direction, nature is a negative sign. Okay, this is positive charge and this is negative charge. So then what will happen? Attracts. So that means what will happen? This is the direction of force F3 bar. Okay, now clear now. So now that means see here, I need to calculate the net force is equal to what? Sum of all these forces. What you can say? F1 bar plus F2 bar plus F3 bar plus so on. How many charges you have taken? Suppose n charges you have taken. That is Fn. Okay, now. So this is what you can say equilibrium of charges. So how to calculate that for a system of charges, for a 3-particle system, for 4-particle system, how to calculate the resultant force, that we will see now. Okay? See here. Now, I am taking two charges Q1, Q2 and Q3. 3 charges are there, 3 light charges at least. At the 3 corners of a triangle, equilateral triangle. Outside is L. This is also L. This is also L. Now I wanted to calculate the net force on any one corner of the triangle where the third charge is placed. Okay, so here third charge is there, any one corner, that means any one of the charges. I wanted to calculate the net force. Okay, so suppose if I wanted to calculate on this charge Q3 force, so which charges will exert the forces on this Q3? Q1 and Q2, both will exert, right? So this Q1 will exert the force on this, in which direction? Along the line joining the charges. Okay, so this Q1 is positive charge, this Q3 is also positive charge, this will be pushed out. This is the direction of force acting on third charge by first charge. Okay, now force acting on third charge by first charge. Force 3, 1. Okay, right, next. Now this Q2 also will exert some force on this Q3. In which direction that will act? Along the line joining. Since both are positive, it will be yes, pushing outside. So this is our what force acting on 3 by second charge Q2. 3, 2. Okay, now this is, as this is an equilateral triangle, what is the angle between them? Theta is equal to 60 degree. Okay, so you take it as 60 degree or theta you say first. Later we will substitute value of 60. Okay, now one force is acting in this direction, other force is acting in this direction. These two are equivalent at an angle. What we need to do to find the resultant force? So you have to use parallelogram law of vectors. Okay, so what is that? Square root of P square plus Q square plus 2pq cos theta form. Okay, now so square root of what is this? F net is equal to root over F31 square plus F32 square plus F31 F32 cos theta. Now listen, if all the charges are identical charges, yes, one you just take Q1 is Q and Q2 is Q and Q3 is also Q. Then see here, what is the force between these two? F1 3 1 is equal to F1 3 2 also same. Let it be F. What is the value? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 Q3 by L square or Q1 Q3 by L square. Everywhere same distance, same magnitude of charges. So force will not change magnitude wise. Okay, right. So Q1 Q2. So Q into Q square by L square. That is the value for magnitude of these two forces. Okay, now if they are the case and theta is equal to 60 degree for equilateral triangle, then substitute what will you get? Square root of F square plus 2F into F
1 by 2
F square cos theta is 60. Okay, now
root 3
F square plus F square 2F square plus 2F square into cos 60.
1 by
2 to cancel. What will you get? Out. 3F square. Nothing but F root 3. What is that F? You substitute. Okay, so net force is equal to what? 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q square by L square into root 3. So root 3 times this value. That is the net force. Okay, suppose, see here. Since all charges are like charges, all are positive. Suppose if you take any one charge is negative, like suppose if I take this charge is negative, then what will be the directions? Yes. If Q3 is equal to minus Q means, then see here how to directions you have to identify. Q, this is minus Q. So what is the direction of force? Will be towards.
same.
This minus Q will be pulled towards. Even this is also towards. So what about the resultant? Will be downward. Okay, so like this you will get. This is F1, this is F2, both F1 and F2 same you can say, but direction wise reverse. Okay, so that is what you can say for negative charges. Right. Okay, not done. Let's see the next question. So what is the net force if the fourth charge, that is plus Q, is placed at the centroid of the system? Okay, I need to calculate. How to calculate the net force on plus Q? F net on plus Q. So what is the value? How to calculate, man? See here. Here this is a positive charge. This positive charge is there. This will be pushed in this direction. Correct? This positive charge. This also will push this in this direction. Correct? So this is with force F, and if this is with F, then what about the resultant of these two?
F.
Will be in upward direction. Okay. So next, what about okay? Just leave about the resultant. Think about this charge and this charge. What about Q3 and plus Q?
Downward.
That will be acting downward. This is F1. Sorry, this is F1. That is F2, and this is F3. Okay, na? Clear now? So now I need to calculate what is the net force on plus Q. Means F1 bar plus F2 bar plus F3 bar. Okay, but see here, F on plus Q, that is F1. I am going to calculate now. What is F1? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q into Q, small q into capital Q. By this separation I need to calculate. What is this value? Right. So to calculate it, this is L.
Root 3
Till
by
here,
3.
yes. Till here it is L by 2. Correct? Till here it is L by 2. Then what about this height?
Yeah, 2:1 ratio.
Yes. This height is, this is like a rectangle triangle. This is side L and this is L by 2. And what about this? Root over L square minus L by 2 whole square. Correct? This is what? Just A, B, C, C, D. CD is the perpendicular. I am going to calculate. CD. This is CD.
3.
Root over L square minus L square by 4. So root 3 L by 2. Correct? Root over 3L square by 4 under root. So it comes out root 3L by 2. So that root 3L by 2 is the value. This is what? Height. Height. Right? But CD is this. But the centroid divides this height into 2:1 ratio. Okay. What is this? Centroid divides height into which ratio? 2:1 ratio. 2:1. Okay, that means what? CD. Okay, I wanted to calculate. This is O. You just take. CO is equal to C2O. This distance I wanted to calculate. CO is equal to what is the distance? Two parts of the total height. Okay, that means 2 by 3 parts of CD. Correct? Totally 3 parts. Out of 3 parts, you are taking only 2 parts. So 2 by 3 into CD. CD means what? H. 2H by 3 na. So H is here CD. Understood? 2H by 3. H is equal to CD here. So 2 by 3 into what is H? CD? Root 3L by 2. 2 to cancel. This root 3 into L by root 3 will come. So CO is equal to what? L by root 3. This is L by root 3. What about this? This is also L by root 3. Even this L by root 3. Correct? So separation between the charges R is equal to L by root 3. Substitute. So L by root 3 whole square. Since F1 we are calculating. From here to here separation is what? L by root 3. So L by root 3 whole square. What is this? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Small q capital Q by L square by 3. So that got to numerator 3 by 3. Okay. That is F1. Okay, na? Similarly, F2, F3 also same. Okay, na? So that is equal to F2 and that is also equal to F3 magnitude. Now, what is the angle between F1 and F2? 120 degree. So theta is equal to 120 degree. F1, F2, theta is 120 degree. What is the? See here, both are equal in magnitude. Direct formula is there. What is that?
2f cos theta.
2f cos theta by 2. Okay, you can use that formula or parallelogram law, your wish. Okay, the parallelogram law you are using means f1 square plus f2 square plus 2f1 f2 cos theta. So f1 and f2 both are same values. Okay, that I am writing f square plus 2f into f cos 120. What is cos 120? Minus 1 by 2. So you replace it here minus 1 by 2. Then what will f square plus 2f square into minus 1 by 2. 2 cancel. This is minus f square plus f square cancel. Only f. What is this? Force between 1 and 2. For 1 and 2. So the resultant will be in upward direction with f. What about f3?
Opposite.
By this f3 is also equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. These two gets cancelled. F net is 0. Okay na? F3 is equal to f. Okay. And F12 and F3 are equal and opposite direction. So they cancel each other. The net force on plus Q due to all three charges is 0. Okay na? Right. So that means if you take a charge which is surrounded symmetrically by other charges, then the net force acting on the charge will be 0. Okay na? Right. Not done. Yes, net force acting on the charge which is placed at the one of the corners of a square. Okay, see here we have a square. For that square at 4 corners we place right into the charges. So of side A. Now what is the net force acting on any one corner of the charge? Okay, so this is, you see here, force acting on D by A will be in this direction. Correct? That is what force acting on D by A. Okay, next. Force acting on by C also will act on this. So in which direction? Yes, this positive charge will push it upward. Okay na? So this is the direction of plus Q motion. So that is what force acting on D by C. Correct? Now what is these two angle between these two? 90 degree. So theta is equal to 90 degree. And one more thing, this third charge is also acting. But wait about third charge. You calculate, see here, this charge will also be acting means 1 minute. So this is A. What about this? A. What about this diagonal? Root 2A. Correct? How you got? Root over A square plus A square. So root 2A. Okay na? So now what is the force acting on this? This will be acting in this direction. That is what force acting on D by B. Okay na? So that will be in this direction. Now if you take the resultant of force acting on D by A and by C, both are acting at 90 degree. What is the resultant of these two? 2F. That will be also acting at 45 degree with the vectors, either this or with that. Okay, so that means this force and the resultant of these two also will be in this direction only. Force acting on D by these two, or just like F dash. No problem. Okay, so I wanted to calculate F dash. First you write force acting on dA is equal to force on dA on D by A is equal to magnitude.
On DC.
Force acting on D by C, that is equal to
1 by
4 by epsilon naught Q into Q. All like charges. Q into Q. So Q square by A square. Correct? This is, let it be F. Now this is F, but this is not F. That will come another value. Wait. Okay. Force acting on BD, on D by B. What is the formula? 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q1 into Q2. Sorry. So Q into Q square by what is the separation? Root A whole square.
2A square.
Yes. So 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q square by 2A square. So observe it, except this 2, this is F only. So what is this? F by 2. Okay. So now F on dB is equal to F by 2. Correct? This is F. Result. First I am going to calculate the resultant of
F. D and
FD and FDC. Okay. Let it be F dash. So what is this F dash? Root over F square plus 2F cos theta you can say. Otherwise, direct formula. What is the direct formula? Since equal forces are included at an angle theta, 2F cos theta by 2. What is that? 2F cos theta. Theta is what? 90. Cos 90 by 2. So 45 degree. So cos 45 1 by root 2. So root 2 times F. That is F dash. And one more F by 2. So F dash is root 2 times F and FDD is F by 2. Both are acting in the same direction. Then what is F net?
F into
F net, that is what force on, net force on D is equal to F dash plus FDB. FDB direction and F dash both are in same direction. So what is this root 2 times F plus
F by 2.
F by 2. 1 by 2 plus root 2 into
F
1 by 4 by epsilon naught
Q square.
Q1 Q square by S. That is it. Okay, na? Not it. Suppose, 1 minute. Suppose if I place at the center of this square any one charge, then what is the net force? 0. Okay, na? Because all charges are equal charges with equal separation, they are all going in opposite direction. Suppose see here, if I place here plus Q, this will push this in this way, this will push in this way, and this will pull in this way, even this, this will push in this way, this will push in this way. So this and this gets cancelled, equal magnitude. This and this gets cancelled, so F net will become 0. Okay, na? Right? If you place at the center, right, that is that condition also. Okay. Hold this will also become 45, even that is also become 40. Because see, two equal forces are perpendicular to each other, then what is the angle between them? 45 degrees. Angle will be equally divided. Resultant. Make it fast. There is a regular hexagon at 6 corners of the regular hexagon. If identical charges plus Q are placed and all the sides are equal A, then the angle made at center is how many parts here? 1, 2, 3, totally 6. So each angle is 60 degree between these two. So with the normal it makes an angle 30 and this is 30. Correct? Correct. Now I am going to calculate the force between these. Right. One thing, not between these two, between this and this. Okay, between this and the charge at the centroid. So now what will happen? This charge will push this in this way. Okay, now. Or you just like this is A, B, C, D, E, F like we take. Okay. So force acting by force acting by the charge at B is in this direction, on plus Q. Okay. Then what about this on the same charge by the charge placed at E? That will push in this downward direction. So with equal magnitude, because this separation and this separation is same. This charge and these two charges are similar pair in the same medium. So force will be equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. So these two gets cancelled. Okay, now next think about this A. A is exerting in this way the force. Okay, let it be F. This B is also exerting some force on plus Q in opposite direction, the same force. Okay, because between these two distance and the product of these two charges are same as here. So this and this gets cancelled. Correct? This charge will exert this charge to move in this way. And this charge will also exert the same force in opposite direction to move in this way. So then what will happen? This and this also gets cancelled. So what is the net force acting on this charge placed at the center? 0. So F net is equal to 0 at center. That is on plus Q charge. Okay. Suppose if I remove any one charge, look at this now. Here plus Q is there. I remove the charge at F4. I have totally 6 corners, but I placed only 5 charges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, see here, this A, charge at A is exerting the force in this direction. Correct? This is F. What about by D? This will exert in this direction, equal. So these two get cancelled. Okay? No problem. Then think about these two. This will exert in this way. This will also exert in this way. So both are equal in magnitude. They will cancel each other. This and this gets cancelled. Okay, now which pair you have?
CN.
You need to think about this and this. But here no charge to consider the force. But here charge is there. So you will get the force by this plus Q in this way. So this charge will be pushed out in this direction. Okay, na? So what is the net force acting on this?
F.
Force acting on plus Q, net force is equal to because of these two are these 4 are cancelling. You are finding only one force is acting resultant. So that is what 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q capital Q by this separation. See here, what is that distance?
A.
A only, but this perpendicular is not A. Okay, na? This is A. Equilateral triangle, 60 degrees, 60, 60 will come. This is A. This is fully A. But till here it is A by 2. Then what about the height they ask?
It's root 3 A by 2.
Right angle triangle type. Root 3 A by 2. Okay, na? So, this is what root 3 A by 2 height. But we don't need this height because the charge is here and this charge. So, we need this distance. So, A only. So, what will happen? This will be exerting in this way. So, A square. That is along
CN.
C, O. That is going away. O to F. O to F. O to F. That is the net force action. Clear? Okay. So, if here also same charge is placed, net force is 0. But anyway, one charge is removed. The balancing force is not there, so only one force will give you the direction of resultant. Okay, na? Right. No. When F net equal to 0 at center on plus Q, when
Equal charges.
at all corners equal charges are placed. Here only 5 charges are placed. If at F corner charge is not there, then F net. Okay, na? Okay. Next. Yes, equilibrium of charges. Okay. Generally, according to mechanics, we will speak and then we will enter into this charges. Suppose if I take any object here on the surface, horizontally, if I am applying a force in this direction to pull it, and if I am applying on the other side also equal force in opposite direction, then what will be the net force acting on it? Zero. In horizontal direction, net force is zero. So that means these two are equal in magnitude, cancel each other. So net force is equal to zero. If net force is equal to zero, the body will not take any translatory motion. So no translatory motion, right? So F net is equal to zero, no translatory motion. Then we can say the body is in horizontal equilibrium. Then what about vertical? Vertical, you see here, weight of this body is acting vertically downward, and the normal reaction by the surface will act in upward direction. So, if that is vertically also placed in the surface is in equilibrium position, that means upward and downward forces are equal and cancel each other. So, totally the body is in equilibrium, you will say. Vertical equilibrium it is there, even in horizontally also it is in equilibrium is there. So the totally net force acting on them is zero. Okay na? Right. Vertical equilibrium and horizontal equilibrium both. Right? Next. See here. Next, if you think about equilibrium, there are three types of equilibriums. There are totally three types of equilibriums are there. One, stable equilibrium. Second one, unstable equilibrium. The third one, neutral equilibrium. Okay. What are they? Stable, unstable, neutral. Stable. I will tell you an example. See here. If there is a bowl, or you see here, there is a path like this. If I place an object here, if I place a ball here, from here if I displace it from the position and release it, what will happen? It will go to this position, again it will not be stable there, so it will come back to its original position, again it will go and come back and oscillates and finally comes to its equilibrium position. Okay na? So such type of equilibrium is called stable equilibrium. In this case, in stable equilibrium case, what is that? That is on the surface of the earth na? Like with a reference to the ground, that is on the ground level like. Okay now, what about the potential energy here for this body?
Zero.
Minimum you will speak. Okay, potential energy is minimum, the body will be in stable equilibrium. Potential energy should be minimum in case of stable equilibrium. So potential energy is minimum. So U should be minimum. U potential energy. U. Okay. Then second order differentiation we will see. That we will see detailedly clearly in mechanics. Okay. Just see this. Potential energy should be minimum. So that what will happen? This one will be in stable equilibrium. Right. Next. See here. That means what? If you are displacing from the mean position and releasing, again it is coming back to its original position. So that is what you can say stable equilibrium. Next. If I place this ball here I place it. Then what will happen? Will it be staying there? No, then what will happen? Either this side or this side it may go. Suppose if it is falling in this side. So then will it come back to its original position? No, it will not come back. So that means this is here in this position with respect to the level, it is having some potential energy high. There it is not stable. So what is happening? It is going to come down. So again, after that it will not come back to its original position. So such type of equilibrium is called what? Unstable equilibrium. Okay, if it is displaced from the mean position and if it is not coming back to its original position, then that is called what? Unstable equilibrium. Okay, na? The next one what? Unstable equilibrium. Unstable equilibrium. So in this unstable equilibrium, what about potential energy? Maximum. You should be maximum. So the body will not come back to its original position. Here, will come back to its initial position or original position. Okay, original position. This here it will not come back to original position. Since potential energy is maximum. Potential energy is maximum, unstable. Potential energy is minimum, stable. Okay, observe it. Next, you consider the object which is here on the surface. This is just like exactly like ground. Now here what is this? Zero. Potential energy zero. If you displace it from the mean position, it will not come back again. Okay, but potential energy is zero. So potential energy U is equal to zero. This is what you can say neutral equilibrium. Neutral equilibrium. Okay, now potential energy is zero in case of neutral equilibrium. Right. Next. Yes. See here. Here we need to think about two major cases. One. Here, if I take charges, the charges are fixed or not fixed, we need to think. Okay, two charges I have taken. The two charges are fixed at their fixed positions. Okay, they are not moving. Observe it, they are not moving. Now, if I take a charge plus Q somewhere else in the system in between, suppose if you take equal charges means, if I am taking at the center I am placing a charge. If I place the charge at the center and outside, this side left side, outside and right side. There are three positions you can consider. Okay, suppose if I place this positive charge here plus Q, then what will happen? This plus Q will see here. This is plus Q. If I place here plus Q means this plus Q will push this outward. Correct? What about this plus Q? That also will push outside only. So that means both the forces by these two charges on this is in the same direction. So that means here some net force is acting on it. Will it be zero? No. Net force is not zero. Okay, so that means this is not in equilibrium. Not in equilibrium position. Understood? So outside there is no equilibrium here. Understood? Then go to middle point. Okay, middle point lateral speed. Think about right side. If I place the same charge plus Q here, then what will happen? Yes, this plus Q will push this away. What about this plus Q? This will also push it in the same direction away. So net force is what? Not equal to zero. Both F1 and F2 both are acting in the same direction. So net force will be F1 plus F2. So not equal to zero. Here also not in equilibrium. Okay, na? Then think about middle. 1 minute. See here. This is plus Q and this is plus Q. This plus Q, if it is exactly half, this is pushed in this way, this will also be pushed in this way. So net force acting on that is 0. That is in equilibrium. So F net is equal to 0 when it is placed exactly half of the separation. So it will be in equilibrium. It will be in equilibrium. But which type of equilibrium is that? 1 minute. To decide that, which type of equilibrium, to decide that, what we need to do? See here. I am going to change this position of this charge from here to slightly and displacing this charge. To plus Q, here if it is displaced, this is the final position. Suppose now this is the position of this part. Now what will happen? If this is the position of this particle, from here it is far, from this charge it is nearer. Correct? Now what about the force exerted by this charge on this? It is suppose let it be F1. By this it is exerting in this direction with F1 force. Okay. What about this plus Q?
F2.
This will exert in opposite direction with F2. Yes, which force is more?
F2 is
greater than F1. So F2 is greater than F1. If F2 is greater than F1, what will happen? The charge resultant force is acting on. So resultant force is acting means what will happen? The charge will be pushed down from this in the direction of F2. So that means what will happen? This charge will not stay there. Then what will happen? This charge will move towards center, middle again. So understood? So if it is moved to this position and stops, since net force acting at this position 0, right? So this is equilibrium position. If you displace it, again it is coming back to its original position. Understood? So next, observe it. If I place the same charge, if I displace it on right left side, so D plus Q. Here this will exert more force. F1 is more. This will exert less force. F2 is less. So which is more? F1 is greater than F2. So resultant force will be in the direction of F1. So that means that will be pushed towards the mean position. Understood? That will be pushed towards the mean position. So that means what happened? Again it is coming back to its mean position. So that means if we are displacing from the mean position and leaving, again it is coming back to its original position. So what you can say that? That is a stable equilibrium. That is a stable equilibrium. Understood? So this will be a stable equilibrium. Understood or not? Clear? Any doubt?
Sir, when stable?
That is what? If it is net force is 0, but when you displace it to side, any side, so again releasing means if it coming back to its original position, then you can say that it is stable equilibrium, like a bowler. Yeah, this is mean position. From here you are displacing, so it is not staying there, again reaching mean position. That is what stable equilibrium. Like that, if you are displacing from the mean position to right side, it is not stable. Again it is coming back to its original position. Okay, if you displace it to left side, like you are moving this ball to left side here, so again it will come back. So similarly, if I place this charge here, again it will come back to its mean position. So that it is in its stable equilibrium. Understood? Right. Next. For this stable equilibrium, this is along the line joining the charges when charges are fixed. Now, if I take the same charge, if I make it to move perpendicular to it. So next case you see. Next condition. Q and this is also plus Q. I have taken plus Q at the center, but now I am moving perpendicular to the line joining the charges. Okay, suppose if I place plus Q here, then what will happen? Line joining these two charges is this. This force will exert in this direction. This plus Q will exert a force on this in this direction. Right? What about this plus Q? This will also exert in this direction. Correct? This will be exerting in this direction. Understood? This is F. What about the resultant? Upward. Resultant is in upward. It is not coming backward. Okay, na? So in this condition, this is unstable. No. This is going with resultant force out. Okay, na? So net force is not zero here. Okay, na? So this is not in equilibrium now. Not in equilibrium. Equilibrium, you are specifying stable, unstable, and neutral. This is not in equilibrium. Okay, next. Suppose if I bring this charge here, plus Q. Understood? Plus Q if I place here. Then what about the charge, what about the force here by plus Q in this direction? F1. By this will be in this direction. F2. Resultant will be outward. Okay, again it is not in equilibrium. Understood? Clear now? Right. Like this for two fixed charges. Fixed. And you are placing like charge between them. Suppose in between two fixed charges, if I place unlike charge, then what will happen? See. Two fixed charges, Q plus Q and plus Q fixed. Even this is also fixed. Okay. I am placing what? Minus Q. Minus Q. Now you tell me. Three positions. Left side, middle, right side. Think about left side, minus Q place. This plus Q will push towards. This will push in this way. What about this plus Q? Again, this also will push in this way. Correct? So that means what will happen? Both of them will be moving in one direction. Pulling, sorry. It is pulling, even this is also pulling towards. So what will happen? Both are in same direction. F net is not equal to 0. So no equilibrium. Okay, na? Clear na? Okay, net force is not 0. Net force to be 0 for equilibrium. Here net force is not 0. Okay, na? Right. Think about here, right side. If I place minus Q here, what will happen? This plus Q will pull it towards. What about this this plus Q? Even this also will pull it towards. So both are in same direction. F net is not equal to 0. Not equal to 0. So that means will it be in stable equilibrium? No, not in equilibrium. No equilibrium. Understood? Clear now? Okay, here also no equilibrium. There also no equilibrium. Now, in between the charges I am taking. In between the charges. Here I am taking minus Q exactly at half of the separation, suppose. This plus Q, pull this towards. Minus Q will be towards the plus Q, it will pull. Then what about this? This will also will pull in the opposite direction. F1 and F2 equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, that is at the center. Then what is the net force? 0. Net force is 0 at center. Okay, so that means what? Net force is 0 means? No. Equilibrium first. Net force is 0 means equilibrium. If it is displaced, if it is coming back means then you say stable. F net is 0, so equilibrium. Okay, now you slightly displace it from the mean position and observe it. So if I displace it here, till here, so minus Q I place here, then what will happen? This will pull this towards, even this will also will pull in opposite direction, but which force is more? Which is nearer? Second charge. F2 is greater than F1. Correct? This will pull strongly than this. Correct? So F2 is greater than F1. Understood? F2 is greater than F1. So that means what will happen?
Moves towards the.
Yes. This will pull towards it. Will it go back?
No, sir.
No. So that means not in equilibrium. Sorry. Unstable equilibrium. Unstable equilibrium. Okay na? Unstable. Understood? If it is coming back, stable. If it is not coming back, unstable. Here it is not coming back, unstable. Okay? Leave. Even if you place the right side also, the same process. Now, if I move it perpendicular to it, think. Plus Q, I am placing minus Q perpendicular to line joining the two charges. Then what will happen? So this will pull in this way, this will also pull in this way. What about the resultant of these two? It will be pulling downward. That means it is coming. It is coming towards the mean position. It is coming towards the mean position. Correct? Huh? Clear or not? Next. Again, if I displace it from the mean position to the bottom side, other side.
Same.
Here minus Q will place. Then what will happen? This will pull in this way. Even this will also pull in this way. Resultant will be downward towards the mean position. So that means it is stable equilibrium. Understood? Huh? Stable equilibrium. Okay, if you make it the negative charge perpendicular to the line joining the charges, you will get stable equilibrium. But for like charges,
all are same.
Unstable equilibrium if you move perpendicular. Okay. For like charges on x-axis, on the line, for fixed charges, stable equilibrium if you place like charges between like charge. If you place between unlike charges, like charges, minus the opposite sign charge is placed, then along the axis it is not stable equilibrium. Perpendicular to the line, this is stable equilibrium. Okay, so based on this you can solve some theoretical questions also. Okay, like a charged ring is there. Okay, some charged particle is placed along the axis. So what will happen? That will be moving towards the center of the circular ring. Charged ring. Okay, like that. Understood? Great. So just